Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. I'm here to give you guys an update for my top quarterbacks headed towards the 2015 NFL Draft. Now I would like to talk about four particular quarterbacks who I believe I'm going to have to change up some of my rankings for 2015. Two quarterbacks who I believe who rise their draft status due to their performances this season, and two quarterbacks who actually dropped their draft status. First, I'm going to start off the players who are on the rise. I'm going to start off with quarterback Clint Trickett out of West Virginia. Now, he's coming off of a great start this season, one of the top passers in the nation, over 1,200 yards passing, 7 touchdowns to just 1 interception. A big improvement of what we saw from last season. Now, last year he had just over 1,600 yards passing, I believe 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's shown a lot more confidence in the inside as a pocket passer, mainly more as a shotgun passer, but still a more system-wise offense from Dana Hogan's offense, but he's still showing great presence and throwing the football and more confidence. He's starting to build a little bit of swag. It all started with the first game against Alabama. He passed for over 300 yards and a touchdown and no interceptions in that game. Even though they lost, he kind of raised my eyebrow a little bit and had me looking at him, analyzing him a little bit more. And even with the past couple of weeks, particularly in last week's matchup against Maryland, he had another great performance while in my eyes, and I definitely had to put him within my top 20 quarterbacks for 2015. No, not within my top 10. I'm not that confident in him yet, but he's still a player who is on the rise, and I had to put him within my top 20 quarterbacks for 2015. Next quarterback I'd like to talk about is Shane Carden out of East Carolina. He's my second player who is on the rise. He's actually my number 6 quarterback for 2015, but with his great outstanding performance last week against Virginia Tech at Blacksburg, I had to bump him from number 6 up to number 4. He's has a great presence as a quarterback. He's an excellent leader for that Pirate team, and I do like him a lot. I'm starting to believe in him. I'm starting to buy in his play at quarterback. Even my man Justin Godsey from the Football Source, my own colleague, he even admit that Shane Carden is a player that people should look at and people should talk about a little bit more for 2015. Now, I have two quarterbacks who's actually been dropping their draft status due to their performance this season. Not only one particular quarterback does had a good performance this year, but off the field antics, and I'll talk to him secondly. First player I'd like to talk about is Brett Hundley out of UCLA. Now, he's starting off his season pretty bad, throwing the football due to the fact that the offensive line has been playing terribly for UCLA, but that's still not an excuse for Brett Hundley's performance in building good chemistry with his wide receivers. Also, he's been dealing with an elbow injury with his non-throwing shoulder, and that is a major concern for me. So I actually had him as my number 3 quarterback, but I am now going to bump him back to number 5 overall because of this particular performance. I'm not really feeling him overall. Last but not least, Jameis Winston out of Florida State. Now, he's been dropping a little bit, just a little bit, in as far as his stock for 2015 because of the off-the-field antics, as I mentioned earlier. Now, this past week, he's actually going to be suspended for the first half against number 22 Clemson in Saturday's showdown at home because of the fact that he said some obscene gestures, sexual gestures on campus this past week, and he's going to be suspended for the first game. And because of this, and with all the other out-of-the-field antics like robbery, sexual charges, there's way too much stuff that where people like me is questioning his character and his leadership. I'm not really feeling his character. At the quarterback position at the next level in the NFL, you have to have great leadership and great character. And with being a leader, you have to set a good example for your teammates. And he is not showing that. Not only he's not setting a good example, he's becoming way too much of the distraction for not only Florida State's football team, but Florida State's university overall. A lot of people, especially at Florida State, is very disappointed in what he's been doing off the field. He needs to get his act together. Now, because of that, I'm actually going to bump him back from number 2 overall to number 3. Just one slot behind. He's still a great talented quarterback, a great passer, great person who can stand under the pocket, pro-style offense. He has an outstanding talent, but his mind and his character is way too much big of a question mark. Not only some people will probably agree with me with his dropping his draft status, some people might even think they probably bump him back to number 5. But I'm just going to bump him back to just one slot. If he gets his act together, he could go back to number 2. So right now, who I have overall Number 1, I'm sticking with Marcus Mariota out of Oregon. Number 2, I'm going to go with Connor Cook from Michigan State. Number 3, Jameis Winston. Number 4, Shane Carter. And at number 5, Brent Hundley of UCLA. So that's my update, especially for my top 5 quarterbacks for 2015. And I will keep you guys posted with all of my major updates for any position for 2015. And then you can also check out the Pro Football Source website, which will be at the description below, where you guys can see any updates for my top picks for 2015. Now, I'll catch you guys a little bit later. I'll give you guys more updates. Next time I'm going to catch you guys talking about college football will be on Monday, where I will give you a recap of week 4. See you guys then. Thank you for watching today's vlogs from the Football Source. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.